Alright, so this is going to be a little different from the other videos I've done. This one's going to be completely unscripted. This is like my first impressions of Elden Ring. I know it's kind of late, but it's, what, I think it's been like 2 years now? Well, yeah, today's 2024. So it's about 2 years, and I have never gotten around to play it because I'm not a Souls person. In fact, every time I've ever played one, I've never played it for more than like an hour or so because it's just me dying. So I heard that this is probably the most it was a good entry point into the Souls genre, like more welcoming. So I wanted to give that a test. My daughter, she got this as a Christmas gift, and I was like, all right, well, it's in the house, why not give it a shot? So also, before I keep getting into everything, like I said, this isn't scripted at all. So if you hear me say and ums and I was like that or like just stuttering, it's just because I couldn't like retake it. I mean I could, but then it wouldn't really be unscripted. Okay, all right. Let me just get out of here really quick. What am I doing? I forgot how to play. There we go. So I'm about 9 hours in. And I think I've beaten like 2 bosses. There's a starting boss in the beginning when you first play. And after a bunch of tries, I was able to kill him. So I think what makes this different from the other Souls games, as far as I can tell, or just Souls games in general. Actually, you know what? I can't really say that because I don't have a lot of experience. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So this, my first impressions of everything is this is like a Souls-like Breath of the Wild, and what I mean by that, it's just you and the world. Hardly any narrative. There's no like quest log or anything like that. You just go in there and you just figure shit out. I mean, you can go online and look for things, and but yeah, that's just the basics of it. But I could never get into Breath of the Wild. I think I did like 40 hours before I gave up and realized that game wasn't for me. And the reason was I just never really felt a sense of progression. And like I guess you progress by like how you get more hearts and like items and things like that. But I would play for like 3 hours, let's say, and unless I got like a new heart or more stamina or a new piece of gear, it didn't really feel like I did anything. But with this, it does feel different because although I'm really not good at the Souls types games, you can level up and you just grind you can technically you could just grind your way into becoming like really powerful. See, I'm already like level 19. And I finally beat a boss at level 18. And then another boss the same level, and I just leveled up to 19. So I'm like overpowered for like this area. Which, even when that's the case, you're still not really safe. I mean, you see these guys right here? I can fuck this up easily. But if I was to like just like, let's say use my sword. I don't know, let me see. Let's see if because I'm a spellcaster. Alright. Let's see if it's really... Oh, alright. Just calm down there. Yeah. Alright, well, he's dead. Alright, these guys are a little bit more scary looking. He's especially since he's tall. Hey. Alright, let's just... Okay, well, that's the wrong button. Okay, yeah. So I'm definitely overpowered for this because under normal circumstances, that dude would have murked me. But in this area, so that's basically what I like about this so far, because I needed that. Like, there is no easy mode, and I don't have no qualms of playing a game on easy. I know people look at that. Well, some people look at that as like, okay, well, you're not a real gamer. I mean, that's just untrue, of course. Like, it just, you play a game how you want it. The point of playing a game is for you to get some type of enjoyment out of it. I mean, I unless you just have like a particular goal in mind, like speed running or, but like even then, you get your fun because you get the sense of accomplishment of speed running, and I think that's where most people kind of get mixed up. I'm like, okay, well, it shouldn't have an easy mode because if you can conquer it, then that's the satisfaction you get. But now you're forcing me to play, like, to get the same type of happiness out of you, because I don't necessarily find it fun by dying a million times and finally winning, because that million times is just not worth it for me. So I will adjust a game accordingly. So yeah, so this game doesn't have an easy mode, obviously, but there are certain classes that you can use that are definitely easier than others, and one of them is the astronomer. I'm saying that wrong. I'm 100% sure I am. So that's fine. And that's why I kind of picked him, because I can just do this shit on him. See that guy there? Alright, I got my little spell, right? And I can just... Okay, wrong button. See? That was not hard at all. But I kind of grinded for that. And honestly, though, the grind in this game isn't boring. I mean, yeah, if you just kill the same mob, sure. But there's other things you can do to, like, entertain yourself. Like, the exploring in this game is actually pretty neat. And I just love the way this world looks. If you've ever seen that anime Berserk or read the manga, this really gets me those feels, because, like, basically it takes the Dark Ages and makes it just that, like the Dark Ages, with just, you know, with monsters and ghouls. But when you think about how barbaric and horrible things were back then compared to now, it would seem like a monster flick or a horror flick if you were to, like, you know, like, I've literally had nightmares about waking up in the past like that and having to live like that, you know. Now, on a personal, well, not personal, on a more realistic note, yeah, I mean, there's horrible shit that goes in the world into this day, of course. But I don't know, just the idea of like the medieval torture and things like that. Oh, okay, well, all right. Well, as you can see, you still have to be on your toes, overpowered or not. So, yeah, okay, I died, which is great for the video because you can see what I'm talking about, technically. I wasn't paying attention whatsoever. I mean, if I really wanted to make sure I didn't die... Oh, yeah, alright, so the consequence for dying. So now, if you go to the menu, right, I don't have shit. Does you see on the top right, this says runes held, that's 0. That's what you use to level up and buy stuff. So if I really want to... if I want to, like, okay, so it punishes you, right? Like, as I just died. But look. I'm able to get my stuff back. Now, this will, if you're in a really tough spot, like, let's say I'm knee deep. Oh, okay, there's people shooting. If I'm, like, knee deep all over there, it might be harder to get your shit. And then if you die again, you lose your stuff permanently. So there is a sense of, like, okay, I don't want to die. There's a sense of scariness. Like, there is a sense of consequence. So it's not like, you know, Lego Star Wars, where if you die, you can just die. There's no consequence whatsoever. Which is fine for a game like that. But over here, it really does give you a sense of danger. You know? Playing a game like this. And, alright, well, let me pay a little attention. Alright. Pebble attack! Yeah! Okay, well. Alright, everyone's there, huh? Pebble attack! Oh, okay, there's people here too. Alright, well, you know what? Yeah! Okay. Jesus! Alright, well. You know, maybe I should stop not looking behind me. Or maybe just... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me just... Alright, well... Okay, well... Stop. As you can see, I'm a master at this game, and hand-to-hand combat. That was just pure mastery right there. So, okay, I made some points. What else is there to say? So yeah, this is only like 9 hours in. I've actually played it straight through, and that's how I know I really like a game. Because if I take games like, great games like Spider-Man and God of War, I've never played any of those games for more than a few hours at a time. Usually maybe like an hour or so at a time. That's why it takes me so long to beat. But this game, I've been kind of like playing all day. And, yeah, that's how I know it's like, okay, this is a game I'm definitely vibing with, you know? And there's very few games nowadays that really do that for me. Even, like, genres I love, like, survival horrors, I've grown up playing that. Like, the only one I didn't beat was, like, Resident Evil 1. But I beat 2, I beat 3, I beat 4, Code Veronica, never beat 5. No. I never beat 5 or 6. I beat 7. And I have the Village, I just haven't played it yet. My point being is, like, I grew up on this stuff, you know? It's always been, but even, like, the remake, which is freaking beautiful. The Resident Evil remake, it's just a, oh shit! Okay. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. So, even the Resident Evil remake and Alan Wake, just both beautiful games. You know, just like the best in the business as far as survival. Well, I think it's safe to say that Resident Evil 4 wasn't really a survival horror per se. It's like horror, action horror is more accurate, and Alan Wake 2 felt like a survival horror. So they're both beautiful games, amazing games, and I don't think I've played any of them more than 3 hours at a time. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll play it 3 hours at a time a few times a day, you know? But then I'll go like a few days playing, and then it just... I don't have that same drive like I do with certain games. And, but this is definitely one of them. You know, the last game I played straight through like this, and there's still time to tell. Remember, this is only like the first day, so that could just change. This is my first impression, so like maybe I'll make a video of like my second impressions. Let's see if I'm still sticking with this game. But I am playing other stuff too. Like right now, I'm like trying to do a review of The Forgotten City on PlayStation 5. I'm finishing up A Plague's Tale. The second one was released on PlayStation Plus. And I was like, okay, well, you know, let me just finish this one. This is a good time for that. And, yeah. So I'm playing that. I'm on the third act of Final Fantasy 16. I'm just all over the place, man. But that's just how it is for me, like constantly. But then there's a game that I kind of stop what I'm doing and I'll play it all the way through. It was like that with Baldur's Gate. It's like that with... I've mentioned this in my other videos. Like with, you know, Fallout type games. Games where you can create a character and then you're just a sandbox. Like there's a main quest, but then there's a bunch of side quests. And it really feels like it's your own story. Like same thing with Skyrim. You can just have played it a dozen different ways. That's why the game is still timeless. Fallout, recently the Outer Worlds. Now it's not doesn't have the same longevity as like Fallout does. But okay, he doesn't have any mana. I really gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing whatsoever. But with the Outer Worlds, I got all 3 endings. I mean, one of them's like easier to do than others. It's a stupid ending. But yeah, those are all types of games that I finished straight through. I guess Cyberpunk's not really like that, but it is, because Cyberpunk's more narrative driven. Like it's not really your story, it's the story. And that's why I didn't really vibe with The Witcher like I did. Like, I beat The Witcher last year, but it took me years to beat it. So, I like games where it's just your character, it's your story. And Baldur's Gate's definitely like one of those for sure. That's like the... Whoa, my goodness. Alright, let me get out of here. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this area. Before I get murked some more. Because those guys are, you know, being rude. Are they really gonna reach over here? See, now I want to go over there. But look at this. Look at the... I don't even know how long... Let me see. It's still recording to this video right now. Look, 15 minutes have gone by. I gotta end this video. This is gonna be too long. 15 minutes have gone by, and it's just like... I didn't even do shit, really. I just been walking in this area back and forth, talking about the game. So, that's my first impression of this game. If you're like me, and those games that I mentioned, like, really click with you, this might be a game for you. If you're in the same skill level as I am, this might... You know, if you were thinking about playing it, this might be your great entry to going in. Now, if you have trouble knowing what to do, like where to go first, and you're just dying and you just find yourself grinding monsters as opposed to doing something, which you could do, there's a bunch of guides that kind of like lead you in the right direction. And that there's nothing wrong with like looking at those things to kind of give you like a little heads up, a little push, or you know, just like, hey man, I'm pointing that way. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're getting fun out of it, you know. Just have fun with it. So this is the video. I can probably do another one like later on just to see like my progress on this. And if you enjoyed listening to me rant, I might do more of these first impressions like this. I have another video coming out soon that I've been editing. It's when I do the editing videos that have like memes and stuff, they do take a lot longer, and especially like with the computer I have, it's not super great, so things tend to really like slow down, and it's hard to hear like when things sync and background and all that stuff, yada yada yada. So this is an easier video to kind of just put out in between that other stuff. So if you like it, actually let me know. Like, hey, Jose, you know, I didn't really mind you ranting. I'd like to get more of that. I would love to hear it, you know. But if not, if you don't like it and you think it sucks, then you can tell me that too, you know. It'll hurt my feelings, but no, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You tell me how you feel. I really want to know, and how can I improve? Like, what kind of... Maybe if I would have focused on actually doing a mission instead of just walking around dying in this one spot over and over again. Maybe that would have been more entertaining. Maybe say less words. Maybe if I said some less words, would that have been more enjoyable? I'd really like to get your feedback. Alright? So, thank you for listening, especially if you've gotten this far into the video. And, yeah. I appreciate you. Bye.